You have Frank Sides, and are you even top 5 anymore?
No, 7, I think.
Seventh best roofer in Texarkana. Tony Langford. If he'd hire TXK Marketing, pay us the big bucks, he could possibly be back to number 1 again.
That's true, though.
But he's too cheap.
I had to borrow money for gas to come up here. So.
Is that why you were late?
Hey, he's the one that's late. He was late. I had to wait on him.
Who? I ain't ever late to nothing. Your boy's always on time.
I've been late 2 times in like 2 years, man.
No, I call bull on that. No. There was one Friday you didn't even show up.
Yeah, well, his definition of on time is 3 seconds before the camera goes.
Yeah,
evidently. Evidently that's
late for me.
Man, we had a eventful weekend. We have a bunch of local teams that are going to be heading on to the second round of the baseball playoffs and third round of the softball playoffs.
Yes, they are.
The Pleasant Grove Lady Hawks are area champs.
Mm-hmm. 15-0, I believe.
Yeah, I mean, you're beating breaks off somebody 15-0. I thought they don't have any 10-run rule.
I don't know if they do or not.
I think it's 15 after 3 and 10 after 4. I think. Could be wrong about that.
And Lexi Snyder did her thing. She threw all 5 innings, hit a home run. So
she's good.
Out here balling, yeah.
So she's still doing the same thing. She's
just a sophomore, right?
She is a sophomore.
Hey, usually you think of she's a small girl, and she must have some massive bat speed, man.
One thing that kills me, like I guess I'd never seen it before because I hadn't really ever been to a softball game, but they take off running and then swing the bat.
Oh yeah.
They're like every time, just like what?
She doesn't do that.
Like, can you do that?
She doesn't have to do that. She sits back and pounds it out of the park. Those are the people that don't have the power to hit it deep, so they just try to slap one through it.
Is it Presley Humphrey? Mm-hmm. She can ball.
Yeah, they all
They got a team full of girls that are really, really good.
First of the season, I remember asking the PG coach how she thought they were going to be. Oh, we're going to be okay.
All right, so I got something on that. All right, every year, and football coaches, I guess, aren't the only one. Ethan says, I've never seen Tony without a hat. He's got some good hair. He's not balding or anything.
I'm surprised.
I
either.
He told me the other day I was bald, and I was like, no, because you just ain't seen me with my hat off.
You need to comb it. I know that.
Well, I had my cap on. He sent me a message 2 seconds before we get on that I can't wear a cap today.
No, I said.
That's what you said.
He's not in with the.
Oh yeah.
All right, so he says nearly there. I said on time is late, and then I put no and the emoji hat.
See, that's what
he ain't down with the kissing.
No, that's what my son says. I didn't even put that together.
You were talking about. You said no cap.
Yeah,
and he took it as literally no cap.
If he would have said no cap, spelled it out, I might have figured it out.
You need to spend more time with me on the couch in the mornings. I know what that means now.
I ain't spending no time with you on the couch.
Again, not a literal couch.
Oh, the show. Yeah. My bad.
What was I about to talk about before you got me off?
Your favorite athlete, Russell Westbrook, broke the record this weekend. That's what you were going to talk about.
You said the number 1 athlete of all time.
That's right.
Russell Westbrook.
He is now the all-time NBA leader in triple doubles.
Well,
that is an absolute joke.
Oscar Robertson is second. Yes,
absolute joke. And I'm not saying Russell Westbrook can't ball. I'm saying his triple double thing is an absolute joke.
What if he gets to 300?
Well, I mean, good for him. He probably is.
That's what
because whenever every center on his team is dang near dead last in the league in rebounds.
Did you see him the other night? He ended the game with a block of a 3-point shot. He scored to give him the lead with 2 seconds left. They inbound the ball, run a play, get a 3 off, and Russell Westbrook just throws it into the crowd. Game over. Like, he's a freak athlete, a good basketball player.
I've never said he wasn't good at his job. I'm saying his triple-doubles are a joke. Well, specifically the rebounding. His rebounds are a joke.
I agree. I like Russell. I think he's a pretty loyal guy. I think he plays hard. You watch him, he plays hard. His teams now they're getting better right now. I just ain't seen him take a huge leap.
No, he's an individual player. He's never going to play for an NBA championship.
Yeah,
I mean, nobody wants to play with him for one.
And that's the thing. Like, you can't argue that he's that good. His team's barely hanging on to 10th in the East. You know what I mean?
That's normal. I mean, that's what I'm talking about.
No, I'm sorry. Yeah, he's a heck of a basketball player, but no, you're not going to win a title with Russell Westbrook running the show.
I saw a meme the other day that was like, Kyrie Irving didn't want to be Batman, but now he's who's the dude, the guy that in the Batcave, the old white guy, Alfred. They said but now he's Alfred.
In my opinion, Kyrie's got some issues, man.
Yeah, something's up with him, man. He's got problems.
He's got problems. Sometimes he wants to play, sometimes he don't. He's got some, one day he's your best friend, and the next day he don't want to speak to you.
Sounds like Tony Langford.
No, that's not true at all.
Since we're on the NBA, it looks like we're on a crash course for a 1-game playoff with the Lakers and the Warriors. in a couple of weeks.
In a one-game playoff.
I'm going to watch it. That is television, yeah.
No doubt.
And if LA loses that, then they get a one-game playoff with another team to miss the playoff.
What cracked me up about Braun when they brought it up, it was a great idea. Now that they're right there at the seat, somebody needs to be fired. That's what he said. I thought that was great.
The Mavs have been playing well enough. They're locked and they're avoiding the one-game play-in, so they're in the playoffs.
Mavs are a player or two away.
A player or two?
Yeah. They got to get better defensively. They need another scorer.
And if the playoffs began today, they'd play the Nuggets, missing their second-best player. I think they could probably get through that series.
I do not think they're going to beat the Nuggets. I went and watched them live the other day, man. They're good, man.
Mm-hmm. Let's come back to national sports here in a minute.
Okay.
Local sports, I went out to Memphis. Saw Damian ball in the Iverson Classic.
I saw that.
And if you're watching the show and never looked at a map, there ain't nothing local about Memphis, Tennessee, but here we go.
Well, I'm a local
That's 4 hours.
A local player,
yeah,
what I mean.
Denver's closer.
Local player. I actually have an interview. Oh, that was nice. Do that again. Do that.
You can't do it on the same slide.
You can't do it on the same slide.
There'll be plenty of slides
I actually
coming.
have an interview later with the national publication about Damian. In this weekend, so looking forward to that.
Cam, move that over.
Didn't you say they
cut
got
Tony
him?
off the screen if we're going to be two of us.
No,
up here.
they're going to do. You got the right person cut off.
Shout out to Blair Gentry at Ashdown High School, state championship in the discus, and I believe came in runner-up in shot put.
Hey, they've this whole area of small town Arkansas has been putting out some state champions.
I think there's a guy over at Genoa won state in high jump, and a girl won state in pole vault.
I wonder how that event translates into Frisbee golf. You think she can drive a green or two?
And shout out to Vincent Jones going to play ball at SAU.
We're just going to completely ignore what Frank just said.
I'm curious.
He's going to play ball at SAU, going to play football at SAU, but right now state champion in shot put.
That's awesome.
I like that graphic. Mm-hmm. Lainey Lanier, shout out to her. When we had her on the other day, or had her on, shouting her out.
I spent my entire off day yesterday making that graphic.
That's not true. Let's go.
He just puts his head down. Pole vault champion. All right.
Well,
that is something I don't think I'd even want to try. That looks dangerous.
That's something. Even if I was in shape and practiced 6 hours a day.
How do we go from me and the Iverson Classic to this?
You said local sports.
You did. You said switch.
But I started talking about. All right, well, we'll just do this. Tavion Neal, he was actually on the cover of the magazine at the state track meet for the entire state of Texas.
That's awesome.
That picture, the Ford picture, was on the cover of the magazine.
He's Liberty Ilo, yeah. He, Liberty Ilo puts out some track stars.
Yeah,
man, them boys can run.
I don't know if y'all saw the winning time at the state track meet. Y'all know how fast he is.
Yeah,
he wouldn't even have played. He wouldn't even have gotten last place.
Oh, okay.
So Jose Garcia ran a 9.998. Somebody ran a 9.999. They were wind dated by .03, so they were rounded up to 10 flats, I think.
That's still moving.
There was like a 10.08, 10.16, 10.16, 3 10.27s, and then 10.36 in a high school. That would be the 10 flat would qualify for the Olympics, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, a 10 flat would automatically trigger you into the Olympic trials. 10.05 triggers you.
And I guess while we're on track, DK Metcalf.
Yeah.
I saw Trey Carson. He posted something on Facebook that made a lot of sense to me. When's the last time you've talked about a sprinter? Do you even know who the fastest?
Usain Bolt?
But do you even know who the fastest man in the world anymore?
No.
I haven't even thought about it, but DK Metcalf got last in his heat. He ran a 10.36.
Yeah.
They are hating on him big time. But the point is, a dude who doesn't even do what you do weighs between 50 and 70 pounds more.
Just so we're clear, pound for pound, he is the fastest man in the world right now, I would think, right?
Pound for pound, he's a tight end.
Yeah.
And, we're at the 250, sprinting with the best sprinters in the world.
Long story short, he brought more, I haven't even thought about professional sprinting. The only reason I'm even thinking about it is because DK Metcalf was in it, and these sprinters are hating on him that they're the real athletes and blah, blah, blah. And he's like, a dude who doesn't even do what y'all do weighs 70 pounds more than get out of here.
Put them on the
And then on top of that,
if he spent the next 4 years doing nothing but training to sprint,
and he would lose weight
finish
doing
last in that race. Yeah.
He'd drop 40 pounds to do it.
Quit hating on the guy.
And then also, I was Y'all know I watch documentaries. I was watching this documentary, or I was listening to this documentary on my way back from Memphis. And the Olympics probably in the next 20 years may not even exist.
That wouldn't surprise
Is
me.
it
All right.
airtime?
No, it's not because of airtime. It comes down to it costs countries so much money to put these things on. They're not recouping their money like they were in the 90s. So for instance, in the 90s, 4% of TV money went to the Olympics. The rest went to the hosting city. 70% of the money now goes to the Olympics, and the rest of it goes to the city. And that's the only income they get. Everything at the gate goes to the Olympics. So other than people coming in to stay at hotels, the Sochi Olympics, all right, that cost $70 billion. $70 billion. And keep in mind, that probably has a lot to do with who was running the country at the time.
And it seems pointless.
And it probably lined a lot of people's pockets.
You know
but
the only thing
stadium?
I'm tuning into are the sprint finals, the basketball finals, and maybe the baseball finals, right?
You know the stadium that they had for in China, the stadium they used in the Chinese, that year it was in China. That thing's just sat there vacant. They don't even use it.
That's what they're saying.
That thing's about to fall down.
The one
there.
in Australia costs $70 million a year just to maintain, so it won't crumble. And you can't use it for anything after. I mean, like, what are you going to use it for?
Yeah, at least
You
in
know what I
America,
mean?
we've got hundreds of these stadiums sprinkled about
Yeah.
that you could pull it off.
But so, for instance, in the '94 Olympics, I think it was, there was
96.
or '96 Olympics, there was like 20 countries that bid.
Mm-hmm.
For the future Olympics, there's 2 countries. That's it.
Are we one of them?
No, nobody wants to.
Yeah.
There's no financial benefit anymore for
It's
a
just
city.
dying, huh?
Like Boston was going to try to get the Olympics, and they had this big thing, and they ended up being like, you know what, you're right, it's not worth it.
I mean, I can't blame them.
Yeah. Anyway,
If it's you losing that much money, there's no benefit whatsoever. Like I said, I can't even think of 5 events that I would want to watch.
I mean,
and I'm a sports fan.
The Olympics is more about. It's an experience.
Yeah.
Like I would go to the
I
Olympics.
would too for
Yes.
the same reason.
Yeah.
I would go, but you want me to watch the Olympics? I don't know. So, you know what I mean? I don't really.
And I went when we went to Utah. I actually went to outside of Park City because they have where they had the Olympic, I don't know, skiing and they jump, and we went and watched where they built it especially for that.
Yeah.
So I went over there just to see that. That's interesting to me.
Well, Jennifer and I went. Where we go? Went to Whistler, Canada, and they had the Olympics there, and it was pretty neat. Like they built a little town where people could shop and all that. That seemed pretty neat, but I don't know.
Oh, it's just a part of history, man.
Let's keep it moving. Nobody cares about.
Yeah.
Nobody cares about the Olympics.
Anyway, hopefully DK Metcalf saves the Olympics.
If he ran it, hey, shout out to the Ashdown Panthers. They're playing in the state tournament, which is going to be held in Ashdown.
Okay.
They're the number 1 seed, so I'm assuming it's held at their place if they're the
I'm
number 1
assuming
seed.
they're going to have some fans
I
there.
said 2 years ago there was 12,000 people came in over 2 days.
Wow.
So
And Ashdown, can they seat a grand for a
I
game?
will tell you this, Ashdown, they're not going to have the seats. But Ashdown has a really nice baseball facility. We've played a lot of games on their facility, and it's one of the nicer facilities in the area.
why is Tony the only one on the screen?
The picture's just sized wrong.
You either need to make this full screen or at least cut Tony off.
No.
Moving
that's
on over
not
to the
it.
other side. Use that fancy slide and get it on to the other side. Put
Anyway.
me on there. You're not an option. You're in the middle.
Yeah, we just got to – we need
to mess with the opacity
We got to
of
have
it.
Frank on one side. And
Looks
me
like
on
a
the
storm's
other,
coming in on this picture. Look at them clouds.
It was probably. There's some big storms coming in this last
Somebody's
couple
watching
days.
this. These guys are idiots. But anyway, shout out to Coach Cross, Chuck Cross, the head coach out there in Ashdown. I was talking to him last night, actually, or maybe the night before, and they have a legitimate chance of winning. So they're 1 seed, and he's feeling confident going into this tournament.
Well,
So,
Ashdown puts out really good baseball players.
They have athletes in
They
Ashdown.
do.
Yeah.
We've been playing their select teams for years, and they've always got that one majors team that comes out of that area that's always really good.
Now that I'm
Then they
thinking
go play
about it,
high school baseball.
We've done a few games at LE this year. In the very last inning of the last game there, we didn't think we'd see it all year. A kid, Bilotti, hit one out of there. That's a huge field.
It's the biggest one in the
He
district.
absolutely hammered that. You can hear me screaming at the top of my lungs on the broadcast because he got every bit of it. And he pitched a complete game shutout, too.
LE's quite a bit bigger than the rest of the fields in the district.
Yeah, it's like 340 down the line,
It's-
wind's blowing in.
Yeah,
He
and
smoked
it's 400 center field. That's like 40 foot bigger than PG's. I mean, that's huge.
That's right.
Let's keep it moving, Cam. Boom. I like that. Hey, here we go. Turn the volume up.
Halter hits it. It's deep. It's far. Did he just walk it off? Yes, he did.
Yeah, Jackson Halter's
Texas
a walk-off
Tigers
home run.
win the ball game.
Anyway, he went deep, and
from Jackson Halter.
He did not. But
he's coming home, folks.
Jackson Halter's post-game interview has 65,000 views.
And here they come.
65,000.
It's a sea of orange here at Tiger Field. They walk it off.
Absolutely.
And
Shout out to Jackson Halter. Shout out to
way to do it.
all the Halters. They're a baseball family.
That's got to be the next round.
I really was thinking
in the game.
he was actually the only Halter I knew.
Hey, does this have sound on the app? Can you play it again? We can't hear it, but maybe we can.
You won't be able to hear it. You're Bluetooth into this.
Oh, that's right. Brian Bolt with the call.
It was awesome.
It was legit. It's a sea of orange.
Of the
At home
seventh
plate,
inning.
Texas High advances to the
For y'all,
final.
do y'all even know who the rest of his family played for?
3-1 pitch
College was?
to the plate.
Halter?
Halter
Come
hits
on,
it.
you gotta
It's
know
deep.
this.
It's far. Did he just walk it off?
He just walked it
Yes,
off.
he did. The Texas High Tigers win the ball game on a walk-off
pitch for the Longhorns, and his uncle was
from
shortstop.
Jackson Halter.
Frank or Shane?
And
Shane
he's
was
coming
the
home,
shortstop. Frank
folks.
was pitching. They both played for the
Okay.
Longhorns.
What's this kid doing going to
And
Texas
here
Tech?
they come.
I don't watch
It's a sea of
college
orange.
baseball.
Boom. All right. Anyway,
there we
shout
go.
out to Jackson Halter. Big time play.
Hey, picture of the day though. His mom, one of them posted it on Facebook. You know, it was right here at Mother's Day, and boy, after the game, you could she ran over there, and that was just.
Yeah,
a great
if you watch
pic of
her
them.
video, she won't quit screaming. I love videos like that.
I bet she was
doubt.
proud as can be.
Proud,
Oh, yeah.
right there on
Yeah.
Mother's Day, man. That's a proud mom moment right there.
That all we got for local? Transitioning into TK's best running backs tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. right here on Texarkana Game Day. On the couch, we are going to be arguing the top 5 running backs from Texarkana schools. I haven't lived here my entire life, so I'm just going to be mediating it. But my clear pick is going to be Michael James at 1. I have a lot of people arguing with me, but I'm doing from Texarkana.
Since I've been here,
He's won a Doak Walker Award, came in second in the Heisman twice, I think.
Yeah.
Since I've lived here, I've been here 17 years. Since I've been here, I agree with you. He just was the most elusive back. He killed my Gilmer Buckeyes about in 2006, if I'm not mistaken. For me, he's the best one I've watched, and I've been here 17 years.
Awesome. Well, we'll be arguing that tomorrow, 7 a.m. Tune in. It's going to be a big-time show. Trey Carson's going to be on. Donnie Kelly, Derek Keener, Mike Reynolds.
Hey, Trey's in that conversation, too. He ran the ball hard.
Trey's in the conversation. We'll see if he makes the top 5. He may or may not. And we may just make him not make it just to make him mad.
Just to mess with him. I tried to razz him yesterday and said he's in the top 20. He just ignored me.
Need to have them all on. Where's old school from Hooks?
We Texarkana area schools. We'll do it. Texarkana schools only. We'll do an area.
Gotcha.
I mean,
I didn't know
obviously Billy
I didn't know if
Sims.
you guys thought that as
Billy Sims is clear.
Hey, and I'm going to tell
know.
y'all this. Someone that y'all might not remember, Nate Jones Sr. Jim Jean told me he tried to hit him one time. He just stepped on him and kept rolling. He played for Lou Holtz at Arkansas.
Really?
Yeah, he was a great running back.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah, it was.
All right, let's keep it moving. Allen Iverson Classic. Your boys up in Memphis this weekend and watching 20 of the top basketball players in the country. There I am with Damian. I believe that was Friday night. They had
that was a
he did the dunk contest. They had a one-on-one competition, dunk contest, and a three-point contest. He competed in the dunk contest, obviously. The kid that won the dunk contest, oh my God, Tony, he's going to University of Alabama, and he's got to have like a 50-inch vertical, dude. It was nuts. He dunked from the free throw line to start his first. Wow. So people started lining it, and we were sitting on the floor, so we couldn't really see over. You'll see in a video here in a minute. Do you have a video? Who's what guy? That guy's name is Shet, if I'm saying it right. He's the number one player in the entire country.
Oh yeah, I know. Is that
Committed to Gonzaga, 7 foot. I mean, 7'3".
He's like a guard, ain't? I mean, just moves
dude,
like a guard.
You can't tell in this picture. I'm telling you, his fingers can touch his knees.
Really?
He's 7'3", and there's just
if you just look at a picture from him the waist up, does not look like a basketball player. But then you watch him play, and you're like, whoa.
I mean, he was. There were no clear flaws in his game. I mean, there were NBA scouts from every team there, which was really exciting to see, like them come in. I heard one of them from the Bucks ask somebody else which one's Damian, and they were sitting behind us, and I almost turned around and was like, "You aren't going to be picking that high next year." Like, just kind of joking with them, but it was just a really, 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 really neat experience. And
by the way, this was a no invite situation.
Well, you have to get an invite, Tony. And I got an invite, and you didn't. I don't know what to tell you.
That's not how that happened.
You know, when I got better seats than Untitled Chapter, you know I was invited. That's all I'm saying.
Hey, who were you sitting beside and didn't know till the end of it?
Steve Harvey. That's who invited me.
There's my homeboy. That's my homeboy right there.
Who were you sitting beside before?
Don't be making fun of me on my own show. That's how you get kicked off.
Yeah, but who was you sitting beside? The running back.
Football player.
What's his name?
Football player. You know,
running back for Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Hadn't seen him in a while.
Super Bowl.
He didn't look like he does on TV.
Leonard Fournette,
all right, so
by
this
the way.
dude told me he's got $700,000 in jewelry on him. And his mom had a ring on every one of her fingers, and then his dad had this necklace with like an AR-15 hanging from his neck. Dude, it was, and I'm telling you,
who is that?
His name's Untitled Chapter. He's a Memphis.
Oh, okay.
He's a Memphis rapper, and I had never heard of him before.
All my kids love him.
Before that night, and he is like super, super popular. He performed live Saturday night and killed it. Hey, there's my boy Iverson. So I would have been sitting right behind Allen Iverson. But his crew came in, and they were like, hey.
Can you move?
Can you move, basically. So they gave us seats like right over to the right of him, basically. But, yeah, I've heard this. People are like, man, that's not Allen Iverson. That is Allen Iverson. He's put on some weight all in his face, though. I mean, he's still super thin. But he came in, said what's up, dapped me up. I put my arm out, it's way out here. They gave me the dap.
One thing I'll have to say about Allen, in my opinion, he took the worst team to the NBA Finals I ever saw.
Yeah, that dude in my youth, he was my favorite basketball player by a mile.
He didn't have anybody on that squad, and he took them to
Did he cross anybody over for the event? Get out there and.
Well, they had some kids come down. He was messing with some kid stole his basketball. It was funny. It was real. Allen was out there shooting, and this kid got it and just ran out of the gym with it. It was hilarious. And I don't mean like a 15, 16-year-old kid. I mean like a 5 or 6-year-old.
Oh, okay.
Just bounced with it like it's my ball.
I got a great story. Do you know Brett Carmody?
Yeah.
Well, you know him. Well, he was at a Jordan camp, and Jordan walked by and tried to high five him. Brett sticks his hand up to high five him, and Jordan he throws it down. He threw his hand down, and Jordan whiffed, and Jordan kicked him right in the butt. I thought that was awesome.
But man, there were celebrities everywhere. Rasheed Wallace was there, Steven Jackson, Matt Barnes. I didn't get a picture of Matt Barnes. I really wanted one. There were two other guys, and I'm not going to be able to say their name off the top of my head. But not like huge names, but played in the NBA, had good careers.
I hear
Matt ain't chasing nobody down and trying to beat him up or nothing.
No.
That's what I texted him. I said, be careful, man. I've seen that dude whip a fan.
Are you talking about Rasheed Wallace?
I've seen it happen.
Yeah. I don't know why I thought he was like 7'2" or something. He's not.
Yeah.
He's like 6'8", 6'9".
I mean, that's still
tops.
a massive human being.
And he's not as big.
He was always kind of a skinny dude.
I think I had him mixed with Ben Wallace.
Yeah, that's a big man.
Matt Barnes is still playing, ain't he?
No. But
he's on like TV, I think.
Yeah, he's got a TV gig. But anyway, there were a ton of celebrities there. What you got? Videos, pictures, anything? Dunk contest. Let's go. I'm gonna relive this.
We're playing fast and loose with the word celebrity there.
All right, here we go. Oh, there's my man Steven Jackson. All right, so this isn't the guy that wanted to watch this dunk. Oh, that got a 50.
And that's a high score.
That's a high score. Show it again. One more time. Well, Steven Jackson was
it's hard to remember his back. It's broken. Is it?
Somehow that didn't win.
I want to see what did then.
Yeah, I think that one was better to me, but this other kid just had, he dunked from the free throw line in his first dunk. I don't have a good video of it because people were whining, but let's see what the next one got. Here's Damian's. All right, so Damian, 6'9", 6'10". The kid that won, it's about 6 foot. He had to have like a 15 12.
Yeah, that was just like a casual, he was going to do something.
Yeah, Damian tried to do one that, no, this isn't the guy. That guy's from Chirac. Is it smooth on there? It's not smooth on the one in front of it. All right, so that's a kid that dunked on the girl. There was a girl that played in this game. And she gets in, they're announcing first girl ever. They go to pass the ball, and he immediately steals it from her, slows down, waits on her, and then dunks on her. I'm just like, oh my God. All right. This is it. I don't have a good video angle. This is what we want. You can't see it. He's gonna bounce it off the ground through his legs.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, he's going to University of Alabama. So he bounced it with his right hand through his leg, caught it with his right hand, and dunked it.
I like the hair, too.
I think that video is pretty awful. I don't think that guy. Or not.
All right.
I feel like I had more pictures, too. Did we not have more pictures? We should have asked.
Oh, that's tricky.
Boom! Rasheed Wallace.
Oh,
Rasheed Wallace.
Mr. Technical.
Hey, and he was taking that game serious. I'd tell you, like I thought. Oh,
Was he coaching one of the teams?
Yeah, I thought, oh, this is an all-star game. You know, we'll see what happens. You know, they were just going to go out and throw each other lobs. No, like the scouts were there and they were acting like it.
I'll tell you what, I like the year they won the NBA championship. I like that team. They were kind of a throwback, hard-nosed basketball team, fun to watch.
Talk about Detroit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ben Wallace, Rasheed Wallace, Chauncey Billups, to me, one of the most underrated players ever.
I like Chauncey a lot.
Man, he played defense and he could score on you.
Frank, what you got for national news?
All right. It's Tebow time. How about that?
Hi, my man Tim Tebow
right.
back in the league.
Everybody's hating on him.
All things are right. Believe in the Lord. Get you back in the NFL.
Or just be friends with a guy that gets a job.
Yeah, that's typically how it works.
Better option.
It's funny how that picture's up there, and they told me it wouldn't fit. It's the exact picture I sent.
Still doesn't fit. You can see the edges around.
Well,
way I look at it, Urban Meyer knows he's a winner. I mean, Tim Tebow's a winner, period. I mean, he actually has more playoff wins at quarterback than Matt Stafford, and I like Matt.
And Dak Prescott.
Yeah, and Dak Prescott. So you can say what you want about him, but he's got a winning record in the NFL, and he's got a playoff win.
Yeah, I've seen him throw a football.
The
They didn't
GM
win that
that
playoff game because of him.
The GM that hired him got fired because he drafted him. The coach got
too.
fired because he drafted him, and then John Elway came along, and you don't take Tim Tebow over Peyton Manning. You just don't.
No doubt.
But that ruined his career. There was nowhere else for him to go.
Yeah.
But anywho, what else we got?
I think that's about all we have national
For
news.
national news, that's all we
There's
got?
not much going on. Baseball, the Rangers are playing surprisingly well.
They're playing really well.
They were Vegas and everybody had them pinned for about 100 losses this year. We're almost 500.
Yeah.
Granted, at any moment it's going to come crashing down, but it's fun to watch right
Well,
now.
I'll tell you this. You listen to their manager. He's got a great mentality. He said that, a lot of people, they get up there in the spot. It's close game. Said they're scared to be in that position. He said right now he's got a bunch of guys that want, they want to be in that position. And, kind of like the next man up, everybody wants the ball. So you're going to win some games if you got a bunch of guys like that.
So we have a LeBron James of football coming up. You know who it is?
What?
He's going to be the biggest recruit possibly ever.
Oh, I thought you were going to say he's going to start flopping and stuff.
In high school football. You know who I'm talking about?
Manning.
Yeah, Arch Manning. Class of
Manning,
2023. He's got 10 visits set up.
He don't have no heritage.
Yeah. So he's going to be going to Alabama, Texas, and Georgia right off the bat.
The recruit that Texas signed, the running back that was number 2 for that year, is trying hard to get Manning there.
Is he?
Yeah, he's recruiting them all.
Man, I just can't imagine. I mean, he's going to go. I mean, you really, at this point, I don't know how you can go to Tennessee because they're so bad.
Yeah.
And I don't know if y'all saw this, but 22 of players with playing time on that roster have entered the transfer portal.
Wow.
So I don't know what's going on at University of Tennessee.
They're really
but
bad.
They're going to be terrible.
22?
22 players that actually played in games. Well, that doesn't even include people that have graduated and lost eligibility.
That comes from up top.
So Heupel, his first day on the job, there was a 4-star tight end who's been committed to them from the beginning. Never went on a visit anywhere else, nothing. They call him his very first day on the job and say he's not going to fit their scheme. Sorry, but don't come to Tennessee.
Wow.
So that kid, basically 2 weeks before he has to sign, is just up in the air.
I mean,
you know what I
in
mean?
their defense, that seems like the right thing to do. Like, look, we don't use a tight end in our offense. Here's your option to go somewhere else where they do. You know what I mean?
If they don't use a tight end in offense, you can't blame them.
Yeah.
I mean, you won't.
I don't know how the conversation went, but it sounds like they said, hey, young man, I know this is your dream spot, but we aren't going to use you, so take this information and do what you want with it.
The parents, well, they weren't taking him, but the parents were
highly upset,
I mean, I would be very upset as well. I don't even know where he went, but Tennessee is going to be absolutely terrible. Ole Miss, I just don't know how anybody can like that coach. Like Lane Kiffin has to be one of the most unlikable people ever.
Man, he gets caught cheating doing something nearly every year.
And he's always like, I will give it to him, he's somewhat smart in the way he like makes fun of other schools at the right time to – you know, like he's making fun of Jimbo Fisher for saying he's going to beat Alabama, and then you can tell he immediately had his media department make up a meme where Nick Saban's in his deathbed and Jimbo Fisher's finally like, I beat him. You know, I mean that's funny, you know, but
you know the deal to me, Lane Kiffin, though, I think he's a good coordinator. I've never seen him really do good at a head coach. I do not know why he keeps getting.
All right, so they just came out with the 2022 mock draft today. I've been waiting for this.
You're an NBA?
NBA mock draft for 2022. Cleveland Cavaliers. First pick, Chet Holmgren.
Oh, the kid going to
Gonzaga.
The kid we saw in the pit. So there was a guy, he was number one. He was undeclared, which means he's probably going to play in Europe or the NBA D-League. And he was, in my opinion, he was guarding Chet, and Chet was guarding him.
You keep throwing me off with that word.
He's
guarding Chet.
He's way better than Chet, in my opinion. But obviously, the upside of Chet's going to be wild. All right, the kid who won the dunk competition, number 3 going to Orlando, Jaden Hardy. Houston, AJ Griffin, 7. He was the guy that did the first dunk that I was like, I don't know how that didn't win. All right, Damian Collins, number 12, OKC. That'd actually be a pretty cool spot for Damian to go. We could actually go watch him play versus
I agree.
Middle of nowhere. But anyway, all right, so keep in mind they have all these picks, and of the players, there was 21 players. There was 22, but one of them was a female player. Of the 21 that played, 18 of them are projected in the draft, and the other 2 were under 6 foot, and they're obviously not. But anywho, Frank, what you got for us?
That's it, national-wise. Cam's got something. Oh, we got a video.
We got a video. Okay.
Oh, that may be the double play video.
You know, on the big league roster, get him in there to figure out what you got. Wow,
no look, and then turns it 163.
This video is going to be deleted on Facebook, so hope y'all watch live because we won't be here.
Not really, no. MLB's okay with this kind of stuff.
Worth another couple of looks.
Not.
Let's take a look at it as tonight's
They're trying to build that brand.
moves brought to you by
Speaking
Gillette.
of,
that was nice. Either way.
Gameday has a couple pretty big meetings
on the big league roster. Get him in there to figure out what you got. Wow!
Partner up with a major sports company and partner up with a pretty big local company. Not even local, but
are you going to specify here or just
no,
tease
we're just going to tease a little bit. You know, I don't like to talk about something until the deal's done, but it would be huge.
Huge.
For us, for kids in this area, for everybody.
Bigger than you even think.
Really
right.
big. We don't do things small. Try not to anyway. I don't know why we have Tony on here.
That's what made it big.
we typically like to only have winners. And being number 7 doesn't even get you a medal in anything.
What do you have to do to get into the top 5 roofers in Texarkana?
Well, here's what you got to do.
Is it Yelp reviews?
No, here's what you got to do.
A lot of Texarkana
you got to buy a bunch. You got to spend a bunch of money in ads.
Okay.
You got to be cool with the editor, which we know Tony's not going to be cool with anybody.
Yeah, that's true.
And what else? You got to spend a bunch of money with the editor, you got to spend a bunch of money with the publication. You got to be good with the editor, and
more importantly,
you got to have a bunch of fake votes come in.
One free roof, right?
Tony gives more than one free roof a year. I promise you that.
I give if I told you what I gave away a year, people would.
Yeah, but he hadn't gave me a roof yet.
The dude ain't had to have a roof yet.
I just want my roof to look more appealing.
Yeah. So we're gonna put a free roof up there just.
I'm in a good spot. Everybody has to drive right by me. You know, I'll let you put a little Tony Langford thing.
Hey, Morgan, I I make great money, but man, you got to be in a really needy situation for me, and I just don't. With that new vet sitting in the yard, I don't feel that you're that.
I'll get up there with some spray paint and make it appealing.
Yeah, dude wants a free roof,
First off, Tony.
What?
I won that bet. I don't even pay for that thing.
He didn't win that bet.
In a poker game.
Yeah.
I don't know why you're putting my business out here like that. I got like a 1992 Corvette.
No, he's got like a 2021 Corvette.
Lies.
Yeah, and wants a free roof.
Tell me about this orange Corvette. Did you go hunting this guy down last night?
Me and another guy boxed him in. Yeah, absolutely.
What happened?
He got out, left it running, door out, and ran full speed across state line running from us.
Why?
What are we harassing people for?
This dude, my wife was at I'm pretty protective over my family, my boys, my wife, whatever, whoever, and I think most men are. Anyways, my wife was pumping gas at a gas station over there at Walmart on the Arkansas side. Guy jumps out, runs at her, stops right before he gets there and starts yelling at her, saying, "Why you been following me all day?" And sat there all puffed up like he wanted to hit her, red-eyed and furious. I mean, just blew up. And nobody really, I guess there weren't many men around, She called me and told me about that. Well, first thing I did is call the police and told them, where it was at and what was going on. And I posted it on Facebook, asked where he was at. People told me where he was at, so I went, me and another guy here in town, went and boxed him in, and the dude left his vet sitting in the out like he's leaving a gas station, left it, door open, car cranked, ran full speed through the traffic on state line. And I drove across there, went into McDonald's, drove across there. I got cops that had already been called, obviously. And they went in there, and I think they took him in. They took him outside. Cops came up and talked to me. I told them exactly what happened. And they was like, okay, he's got, we can tell he's got some issues. And I told him, I said, I could tell he had some issues. I said, it wasn't going to get too stupid, but I was going to let him know that just wasn't going to happen. And when I put it on Facebook, there were so many people. He had just ran a girl off the road. Her car was all dented up. There were so many people said that he just nearly hit him. I mean, he needed to go to jail, and that was the point of it. I mean, I was to the point when I saw his age and what kind of mental health he was in. I didn't plan on doing nothing other than, hey, come get this dude, come get him off the road.
All right.
It was interesting though.
It sounds interesting.
Old man could really run.
He was an old man?
He's probably about 60. That dude was, he's running through the traffic and he's steadily looking back at us. And I looked at Bronson and said, man, I'm not running out there. I'm not doing that.
So, man, that's going to be it for today's show. We'll see y'all Thursday. It's Texarkana Game Day. Game Day Live. Tony